Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a genre that never stops evolving, sci-fi and fantasy. From dystopian futures and alien mysteries to gothic schools and post-apocalyptic wastelands, these are the shows that completely redefine what sci-fi and fantasy can be. Some are mind-bending, some are emotional, and others are pure chaos in the best way possible. So buckle up, because today we're counting down the top 10 sci-fi and fantasy series you need to watch right now. And trust me, number 1 will absolutely blow your mind. Kicking off the list with Altered Carbon, a mind-bending sci-fi thriller.
Your body is not who you are. You transfer the human consciousness between bodies.
Feels like Blade Runner meets John Wick. Set in a future where human consciousness can be transferred between bodies, the show dives deep into what it really means to be alive.
How long have I been down?
250 years.
The story follows Takeshi Kovacs, a former soldier brought back to life centuries later to solve a murder. And trust me, it's not just another detective story. The world building here is insane. Neon-soaked cities, futuristic tech, and some of the best cyberpunk visuals ever made for TV. Every frame feels cinematic, and the action is brutal and stylish. Season 1 in particular is a near-perfect mix of mystery and philosophy. Personally, I think Altered Carbon was way ahead of its time. At number 9, we have Andor.
You just walk in like you belong. They're so proud of themselves.
Star Wars prequel series that nobody expected to hit this hard. Following the early years of Cassian Andor, before the events of Rogue One, this show strips away the fantasy and gives us the raw, political side of rebellion.
They can't imagine that someone like me.
It's less about lightsabers and more about sacrifice, espionage, and the cost of freedom. The tone is mature, grounded, and incredibly well written. Every episode feels purposeful, and the slow burn tension keeps you hooked. It's honestly one of the most cinematic Star Wars series out there, and even non-Star Wars fans have found something to love here. Personally, I was blown away by how human Andor feels. It's not about chosen ones or destiny. It's about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. That's what makes it so powerful. In 8th place, we've got Wednesday.
8 schools in 5 years.
The only person who gets to torture my brother is me.
Netflix's gothic, witty reimagining of the Addams Family. Jenna Ortega absolutely nails the role of Wednesday Addams, turning the creepy, deadpan teen into one of the most iconic characters of modern TV. The series follows her adventures at Nevermore Academy, where she solves a supernatural mystery while embracing her dark side. It's the perfect blend of spooky, stylish, and hilarious. Tim Burton's direction gives the show that classic, eerie charm, and the supporting cast adds depth and humor in all the right places. Personally, I think Wednesday works because it doesn't try too hard. It's fun, self-aware, and unapologetically weird. If you love dark humor and teen mystery with a gothic twist, this one's a must-watch. At number 7, The Three-Body Problem.
I have to tell you something.
They are coming.
Who are they?
Based on Liu Cixin's legendary sci-fi novel. This series takes on some of the most complex ideas in science fiction.
That's the question, right?
Alien contact, quantum physics, and humanity's place in the universe. Created by the same team behind Game of Thrones, the production value is massive, and the storytelling is both intelligent and unsettling. The plot kicks off when scientists across the globe start dying under mysterious circumstances, all connected to a secretive virtual reality game that holds the key to an alien invasion. It's deep, thought-provoking, and full of jaw-dropping visuals. Personally, I love shows that make me think, and The Three-Body Problem definitely does that. It's ambitious, bold, and unlike anything else on Netflix. Next up is His Dark Materials.
I am gathering the greatest from every world and above.
The real war is coming.
HBO's beautifully crafted fantasy series based on Philip Pullman's novels. The story follows Lyra, a brave young girl traveling through parallel worlds filled with armored bears, witches, and mysterious entities known as demons. The scale of this show is breathtaking, a true fantasy epic with meaning. What sets His Dark Materials apart is how it balances wonder with deep moral questions. It explores themes like freedom, religion, and truth in a way that's both poetic and emotional. The performances, especially from Daphne Keane and Ruth Wilson, are phenomenal. Personally, I think His Dark Materials deserved way more hype than it got. It's pure storytelling magic. Heartfelt, thought-provoking, and visually stunning. At number 5, Fallout.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
Stop! Lucy!
Prime Video's surprise hit that turned one of gaming's most chaotic worlds into an incredibly entertaining live-action series.
I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes.
Set in a post-nuclear America, it follows Lucy, a naive vault dweller who ventures into the wasteland for the first time, and realizes that survival means losing a part of your soul. The show perfectly captures that dark humor and grim absurdity that made the game so iconic. From bizarre mutants to morally gray choices, every episode feels like an adventure, unpredictable and addicting. Personally, I think Fallout nailed what so many game adaptations get wrong. It doesn't just copy the story, it expands the world. Easily one of 2024's biggest surprises for me. Sailing into number 4, One Piece.
Babe, power! I found everything this world has to offer.
Netflix's live-action adaptation of Ichiro Oda's legendary anime. When I first heard about this project, I was skeptical, but wow, they pulled it off. The casting, the tone, and the energy are spot on. It follows Monkey D. Luffy and his Straw Hat crew as they chase their dream of finding the One Piece and becoming Pirate King. What makes the show work is how faithfully it captures the heart of the anime. The friendships, the humor, and the adventure. It's packed with emotion and has that same sense of wonder that made One Piece beloved worldwide. Personally, I think this is one of the best anime to live-action adaptations ever made. It's pure fun, full of hope, and proof that passion can make the impossible work. In third place, Peacemaker.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Peacemaker?
No.
He is a trained killer.
Go! What are you waiting for?
DC fans already knew John Cena could deliver laughs, but this show took things to a new level. Following the events of the Suicide Squad, it dives into the life of Peacemaker.
I thought you were in prison for life.
I work for the government.
A violent yet strangely lovable anti-hero who believes in peace at any cost. The series is wild, full of absurd humor, brutal action, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. James Gunn's writing shines through with razor-sharp dialogue and emotional depth you wouldn't expect from such a chaotic character. Personally, Peacemaker is one of my favorite superhero shows ever. It's ridiculous and emotional at the same time. Proof that you can make something outrageous and still care deeply about the characters. At number 2, Outlander.
Something happened to me. My honeymoon in 1945.
I distinctly heard the barman refer to us as
A historical fantasy romance that's been stealing hearts for years. The show follows Claire, a World War II nurse who's mysteriously transported back to 18th century Scotland, where she meets the charming warrior Jamie Fraser.
A word to the wise, be careful after dark.
Their love story is both epic and heartbreaking, wrapped in political drama, adventure, and time travel. The storytelling is rich, the chemistry is off the charts, and the cinematography is breathtaking. You feel every emotion, every loss, and every victory as their story unfolds across centuries. Personally, Outlander is one of those rare shows that combines history, romance, and fantasy so naturally. It's the perfect binge if you love emotional storytelling with real depth. Finally, taking the top spot, All of Us Are Dead.
틀렸어.
This Korean survival horror series dropped on Netflix and instantly went viral, and for good reason. Set in a high school overrun by a zombie outbreak, the show mixes intense action with real emotional stakes. It's brutal, heartbreaking, and filled with twists that keep you glued to the screen. What I love most is how the show focuses on human survival. Not just fighting zombies, but dealing with fear, guilt, and impossible choices. The young cast delivers powerful performances that make the chaos feel real. Personally, I think All of Us Are Dead is one of the best zombie shows ever made. It's thrilling, emotional, and leaves you desperate for the next season. And that wraps up our list of the top 10 sci-fi and fantasy series you need to watch. Honestly, each one brings something totally unique, whether it's the emotional depth of Outlander, the chaos of Peacemaker, or the haunting tension of All of Us Are Dead. If I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably go with Altered Carbon for its world building and tone. But hey, every show here is a gem in its own way. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading your takes. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly countdowns and series breakdowns. Until next time, stay curious, stay binging, and I'll see you in the next one.